Good afternoon and welcome to the June meeting of the Saskatoon Testing Discussion Group. Today's a bit of a different session. For those of you watching on video, this video is going to be fairly heavily edited. Unfortunately, this is a session that applies much better to actually being here. It's titled Tester Games, and what it is I want to share some of the tester games that I've been exposed to at various testing conferences over the past few years with the group, because a lot of them are silly, some of them are a little bit hazing but have good points to them, but mostly they are things that we do as testers that help us be better testers without actually thinking about testing. They are fun activities that we can do that help us with pattern recognition or thinking about the questions that we can ask when we are in a undefined situation. So the first, actually need to move the camera so that it can see my table down here. The first one that I'm going to share with you is, in the testing community, it's often called the dice game. It has a formal name, which I'll share at the end because it tends to give away the puzzle. But it's usually done quite simply. Somebody will show up with a whack of dice. Now, unfortunately, these are all six-sided dice, but I've seen it done with playing cards or various tokens. It can be done with pretty much anything. And what it is it's what's called a hidden rule game. There is a hidden rule. Once I roll the dice, I can say the answer is 6. And the object is for the participant, not the roller, to figure out what the rule is for my answer. And in order to do so, you can get me to roll the dice continually until you come up with a hypothesis. And then you can interact and force certain outcomes. You could tell me that, this dice, leave it here, you add it as part of the set, and roll the other ones. Okay, now my answer is 4. So you guys might need to come closer so you can actually see the face of the dice. And we'll actually do this one. So the current answer is I rolled 4 dice. I can roll as many dice as I have. I can roll as many as you like. You need to come up with the constraints for the test so that you can discover the rule. This is a lot like testing when we're getting an undefined system. We come up with a hypothesis of how a certain field will behave, and then we constrain our input. We put in specific input to see what the answer will be. So should I do another roll? Mm-hmm. Okay, another 4-die roll coming up. 0.
Can you roll less than 4 die?
I can roll as few die as you want. How many die would you like me to roll?
Just 1.
1 die? Any particular color?
Green.
1 green die coming up. 4.
Good idea.
You roll it again? Yeah.
2.
Roll it again. Remember the guy was one.
Okay. How would you verify that hypothesis? 2.
Well, last 3 dice were 5, 4, 3.
Okay.
And your answers are 4, 2.
Yeah.
Set up a dice rolling machine.
But it's 2 green ones.
Now throw another green die.
Add another green die?
Yeah, 2 die now.
4.
The bigger number minus 1.
Number of dice.
You roll 4.
All right, sure. 4 green die. 4 green die coming up. 4.
4?
4.
Okay. What? Can you add a white dice or red dice?
Sure.
No, what you had, sorry.
Oh, leave that there. So So the answer to that was 4, but that one rolled in there as well. The answer is still 4.
And roll the red dice.
4.
Okay.
How would you prove your hypothesis?
By rolling just the white dice.
Okay. 4. 4. 4.
A couple of the dice.
4. This dice is very uneven, unfortunately. However, 4.
The 6 gave you a 4 as well?
No, the 6 gave me a 0. Sorry. I had the other dice still in my head.
Oh, well, okay.
If I were to force the simulation under 1.
0. 0. 2. 0. 4. 0.
Should we get that?
Okay, roll all the dice.
All of them?
This may take a second.
I think that's too much to try to
6.
6.
Okay. I knew this game.
I think I've done this one to you before, Graham.
No, not with me, but I wrote a program to simulate this for people to play.
It's a fairly famous puzzle in test, especially in testing communities. I've seen it in some CS curricula, but it's rare in CS curricula.
What are you, John? What are you?
6.
Hmm? The current answer is 6, yes.
Just roll only the green dice.
Only the green dice?
And then let me try and test. Well, check the other ones up.
Very good.
Okay. Yeah, over here. Just let me. Is it 2?
Correct.
Wait, do this one again?
Oh.
That's it? Oh, just,
Unfortunately.
okay. 0. 0. 2. 0. 4. 6. I mean 0. Sorry.
So this is 2, and this is 4, and those are the only 2 that actually count.
Yeah. I'm gonna fry your brain here in a second.
What does something to do with us?
Or those are the
Okay.
only 2.
You like the several mistakes in
So, pretend those cards are also in. The answer is now 6.
What is a single 1 and a single 2?
Hmm?
Like you just have 1 dice. Any color.
1 dice.
Oh, wait.
Any color.
Does it make a difference?
0.
And 2 is is that right?
Yeah.
0.
Okay.
3 is 2. If you had 2 dies that both show 2.
2 dice that show like that.
Yeah.
0.
If you had 2 dies that show 3.
4. Okay, let's make this a little bit more. Oh, that's 8.
Okay. I think I
Okay, now, magic die. I mean, magic wand. This white die, we're going to ignore what's actually on its face. Because I have markers here. You still have access to all the other die, but that die is special. That die, the face of that die, is whatever you draw on it.
7.
8.
Yeah.
No, you drew 8 on there? Or did you?
Yeah, I drew 8 dots.
Mm-hmm.
You're not counting the one in the middle.
12.
But if you switch this to this, then this is, what's the number now for all?
2.
Also known as
2.
2. That one is
0.
How much is that
8.
there? 8.
So this number is now
8.
this is 0.
That's a 0. Yep.
And this is 8.
Mm-hmm. It's an 8.
Wait, how many is on there?
There's 9 on there right now. If you take off 1, it goes from 0 to
0.
Did you want 7?
9 dots gives you 8 points.
correct. But
Those 9 dots give you 8 points.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I put 7 dots on here.
Okay.
6 points.
Erase one.
I'm ready to say that.
0.
7 gives you 0.
8 is 0 to the right.
And 8 is 0.
I don't know, draw an 8 for me. I'll tell you. 8.
Are you considering?
8 gives you 8?
Well, that's 9 dots.
Oh, sorry, 8. Are you counting the 2?
I am. I'm pretending all the dots are symmetric.
Oh, okay. That's 8.
I'm pretending you guys can draw as well as the dice manufacturers can manufacture.
That's 8.
Oh,
What is
that's
that?
0.
That's 0. And 9 dots is 8
8.
points. And 7 dots is
0. So I think Mr. Knight and Mr. Holstetter have this one already. And rather than play this one to exhaustion, and I will play this game with anyone to exhaustion, maybe just not in a huge group. If you have ideas, you either email them to me if you're not physically near me, or if you are physically near me, come by. I'll keep dice on my desk for a while, and you can set up some dice, and you can tell me what the answer is, and I'll tell you if you're right. It's usually how this game works. It's a fairly famous puzzle. And rather than give away the answer by giving you the name of the puzzle, I will post the name of the puzzle on the discussion group in a week. For those of you who don't have it quite solved yet. I think the light's dawning on most. The next one's a little bit interesting. The next one is about questioning. Another common, this one's a little bit more common, and you see this one not so much being done by experienced testers to inexperienced testers or first-time conference attendees, but being done between experienced testers. It's got lots of names. Generally, it's called the question game. And you're given a scenario, and you're think 20 questions, but it's infinite questions. I can only answer yes or no, but you have to figure out the solution to the puzzle. And the one I have prepared is called the airport puzzle. There's a brand new airport being built. I should stand in front of the camera. There's a brand new airport being built, and it's had approval from the communities, and it's had approval from the land commission and the politicians, and it's just that they're getting ready to break ground on it, and one person comes by and takes a look at the plans It says, nope, you can't build this, and the project's canceled. Who is this person?
City mayor.
The city mayor. No, it's not the city mayor.
The landowner?
No, it's not the landowner.
The engineer told the building.
No, it's not the engineer.
Pilot who owns the land at the airport.
No, it's not a pilot who's landing at the airport. No, it's not pilot. There's not a Python exception in the plans.
Is it a government employee of some kind?
Yes.
Whoa.
Water lines.
Does it have environmental concerns with this government employee?
We can call it an environmental concern, yeah. I keep wondering how to frame.
It's a military airport.
It is not a military airport. It's a civilian airport.
Can you repeat the question? 1 second. Can you repeat the question? 1 second.
There's an airport being built, and it's had approval from the local landowners and the community and the politician. We've already confirmed that it wasn't the mayor, that it is a government employee, and it's not an engineer, and it could be considered an environmental issue.
Did they file all the permits?
All of the permits were filed.
Is the guy testing?
He could be. It has nothing to do with his current job, but
Is it a man?
could be. But gender actually doesn't have a role in why they said no.
Does it have to do with financial considerations?
Not really.
Does it have to do with the shape of the landscape?
That's a good question. Not directly.
They're not building it on the other side of the mountain.
No, it's not being built on the other side of a mountain.
Will it impact the airport's ability to function?
Yes.
Will it impact plane's ability to land?
Yes.
Is it because of the like water level near that area?
Is it because there's water nearby? No.
Water level.
Has there been a sudden change in the landscape since everything was approved?
No.
Will the runway be long enough?
The runway will be long enough.
Will it be on an incline?
No. It's a beautiful new airport.
Is the scale incorrect?
Is the which?
Scale?
The scale is correct.
What the direction?
The direction of the runways are correct for the airport and the prevailing winds. My sensei just smacked me for giving away too much information in that answer. The guy I originally learned this from, all of the questions that didn't actually impact, he'd give me answers to, as if they meant something. So I went down some very merry goose chases when I first encountered this puzzle.
Is there a tornado happening?
No, there's not a tornado happening. Well, that's the first time I've heard that one. That's a good one.
Does the weather play any part with the airport?
No, not in this particular decision.
Does it have anything to do with the blueprints?
No, the blueprints are fine.
Simply it's because of the environmental
We'll go with yes. And then you guys will get mad at me later because I'm saying yes, but it's not meaning what you mean. Kind of the fun of this.
Have planes been invented
yet?
Yes, planes have been invented yet. Mr. Wright. Mr. Knight. Oh, wrong letters.
Is there a road connected to the airport?
There is a road connected to the airport.
Is it on Earth?
Yes, the airport is on Earth.
Are there any skyscrapers or tall structures in the way of the airport?
No, there isn't.
The city is big enough to accommodate
The
this?
city is big enough to accommodate the new airport, yes.
And community approved.
The community approved it. Well, except for this one person.
He's a community guy or?
He doesn't necessarily live in the community.
Does this job entail supervising an airport?
Is this a agricultural land?
He is not an airport supervisor.
Is he from the
Is
He
this
is
a
not a member of the FAA, yes, ma'am.
agricultural land?
Pardon?
Is this agricultural land or something?
No, it's not Aboriginal land.
No, agriculture. Agriculture.
Agricultural. No, it's not agricultural land.
Is this person from the government actually a person, or is it just a figure?
No, okay. Are we talking, am I thinking of a specific person? No, I'm thinking of a job,
Okay.
and this job said no.
And he is authorized to say no, right? He's the
He said no, and the project got canceled, so I guess so.
Yes.
Theoretically, if the airport were to get built,
Yes?
would it function?
Yes?
As expected?
No.
Labor minister or is the union person?
It is not the Minister of Labor, and it is not she is not a member of a union. I had to think about that one for a second.
And not an engineer or drafter.
He is not an engineer or draftsman on the airport project.
Is he the guy who's already building another project there?
No, this is not Rainbow Bridge. So I think the quickest I've ever seen this one solved is about 15 minutes. It was solved by a quantum physicist friend of mine in about 15 minutes flat. How she got to the answer that quickly is beyond me. This is another great one that we can keep alive on the forum because you guys can keep asking questions and I will keep giving answers. There is a specific job that is the answer to this particular puzzle. But like many puzzles of this type, there are lots of possible answers. But there's only one actual answer, and that's much the way it is in testing, right? There's lots of things that could go wrong that would show off that defect, but usually only one that actually is, and we have to find ways to ask the questions that will shine light on the right area of the products that we're working on testing. We're not actually going to play them. Well, the last one was about framing the question to elicit answers to build yourself towards the answer or the bug if we're testing. This next one is called, is this a pen? And to be honest, I often consider this one a little bit more hazing than anything else, but it's about, again, it's about unwritten rules and it's about observation. And it goes something like this. If this is a pen and this is a pen, is this a pen? Yes. This is a pen and this is a pen, is this a pen? Yes. This is a pen, and this is a pen, is this a pen? No.
Say it again.
If this is a pen and this is a pen, is this a pen? Yes. This is a pen and this is a pen, is this a pen? Yes.
Again?
this is a pen, and this is a pen. Is this a pen?
You
No.
said if the
No.
first two
Yeah.
times, and you didn't say if in the last one. So
Yeah.
like, you didn't.
Kevin wins!
Okay, how would you verify that?
We got it on tape.
Yeah.
Well, you have it on tape, but okay, so frame the experiment.
On the first two times, you defined what conditions you were under, right?
Okay.
So you said if this is a pen, and the other one you just said this is a pen. So
Okay.
you're, you don't define the conditions. You just say this.
Okay, this is a pen, and this is a pen. Is this a pen?
Could be.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a pen, and this is a pen. Is this a pen?
Yes.
No.
Is this
This is one of those ones that is irritating, and you either see it in the first 10 seconds, or it's gonna bake your brain for like an hour. So it's called the pen. Is this a pen? And it works best not in groups, but in smaller, like 1 or 2 people at a time. And again, I'd love to do this one with all of you. All it needs is a pen, or something to stand in for a pen.
Is it something to do with the binary logic?
Pardon?
Something to do with the binary logic?
We'll see. You and I will have fun with that one. The last one I want to introduce you to is actually a card game, and I can't play it with you guys, unfortunately, because we're wrapping up. But it's called Set. It's a deck of 81 cards with symbols of various shapes, shadings, and colors, such that every card has a number of objects on it, a shape of objects on it, a color of objects on it, or a shading of objects on it. And the idea is to make 3 of a set. So this would be a set of 3 red hollow diamonds.
Does what attribute have to match?
The attributes all have to match, or they all have to vary. So, for example, this is 1, 2, 3, so they all vary. They're all red. But this one's a different shape than those two, so that automatically violates the rule. So this isn't a set, and the shading is different on one of them, so it also violates the rule. So this isn't a set. It can be played as a solitaire puzzle, and there's some really good versions of the solitaire puzzle out there for both the iPhone and the Android device. There's a really nice web-based one, and in the solitaire one, you're usually given a grid of 9 cards, and you have to find 6 sets that are hidden in the cards. It can also be played as a 2 to 6 player game, where you lay out a grid of 9, and the first person to see a set, says set, and then they pick up those cards as counters. New cards are played out until you run out of decks in the card, and the person with the most cards at the end of the game wins. Again, it's about pattern recognition, speed of pattern recognition. You will almost, at a tester conference in the evening, you will almost always find 2 or 3 tables of this being played, either at the local bar or in a meeting area that the conference has set up for people to get together and socialize. I really thought I would get through all 4 games today. I really didn't mean to play those first 2 as long as I did. Hopefully they got you a little bit thinking about the things that you do in your everyday life that help you stay sharper as a tester that aren't particularly testing activities. These were games. They're silly, they're fun. They can be torturous to young children. I have tortured all of my children with, if this is a pen, is this a pen? My eldest daughter didn't speak to me for a week. It was wonderful. But I'm going to wrap that up for this week. We have no sessions in July or August. I'm taking the summer off, mostly because I'm really busy with other things. And we will restart again in September with a new series. Again, I'm aiming for 3rd Thursday at lunch, unless I hear from the community that we need a better time slot. I am still looking at bringing in a speaker from Calgary to talk to us about usability testing. I know the head of usability testing for Shaw Cable Systems in Calgary She's an ex-Saskatoonian, and so it's going to be fairly easy for me to bring her back to come and talk to us about usability testing. And I'm still trying to get somebody from Noodle Cake Games to come over and talk to us about mobile testing. Hopefully I'll get both of those in the fall. Specifically the speaker from Calgary for usability testing, we might combine that with Girl Geek dinners and do it as an evening session. Please keep in touch on the forums with that. And I will keep posting things on the forums over the summer just because we're not meeting. Hopefully it pops up into your Google Plus feed if you're one of the people who follow this on Google Plus. And as I find more puzzles and challenges, I'll let you know. I should come back with a whole new series of tester games because I am going to cast in August in Madison, Wisconsin this year. In August, I'll be gone for a week to a test coaching camp for a couple days, a couple days of workshops, and then a couple days of conference. So expect me to be all jazzed up and fired up when you see me in September because I will have just come back from conference. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.